Alright everyone, before we start this video, there's a new update, so let's check it out. So I already did get into the game and I had to go out, that's why it's not pink, but I haven't read it yet, so. 7-day notice. Attention students, this is your principal speaking. The school year has begun and we are getting back into the swing of things. Literally sounds like my principal. It is time to start planning for the rest of the year. Be aware the term is ending for back to school cosmetics and the GT launch flashback in 1 week. Did I ask? But what's gonna be the new update that's gonna be sick? Do not miss out, because when the bell rings next Friday, they will be gone. Okay. Hey Siri. What's today?
It's Saturday, the 16th of September, 2023.
Thank you, Siri. Alright, so we got about like 6 days left. So let's get into the video now. Hello everyone, you already saw the thumbnail or read the title, but today we're going to be showing off some of the unused cosmetics from Gorilla Tag's history. Most of my sources are from leakers from Reddit, so yeah, take it with a grain of salt. Alright, so this video is going to be sectioned off into 2 parts. 1, the dungeons unused, and 2, the miscellaneous any update unused. And what I mean by that is, the dungeons unused is basically just a bunch of cosmetics from dungeons that were unused, and then the miscellaneous is just a bunch of cosmetics that weren't used that I don't know what update they're from. So let's get straight into it. So when Dungeons first came out, they added this knight costume, and I have it as well because this is how I show that this is the real Altera, because not a lot of people just wear the gloves. But there used to be a different version of the knight helmet that they never went with. So this version was a different style of the knight armor, and it had a little feather on it. Let me show you it. So you can see this little feather on it, and for some reason it looks like it's cut off about right where your mouth is. So I guess you would have had it like goggles almost, which I don't think Lemming liked, so that's why he scrapped it. But you know, that would have also changed me and what I look like if they did decide to keep it. Now that's cool, but what's even cooler is, y'all know that staff that was also included in the Dungeons update? It was a little wooden staff with a green little tip on the top, and it makes cool effects when you slam it down. Pretty cool, right? Well, they used to have a different version of it. It's super cool looking, here it is. Now it's crazy with this cool little like majestic looking galaxy top. Now my theory for why they scrapped this is because the top was too big or the textures were too much. If the top was too big, it would have been sticking out of the Gorilla Tag body, or it would have been going into the ground, and that's just not a good look for the game. Or it could have been the textures were way too crazy and they couldn't get it on without bugging the game. It could have been something completely different. These are just theories. Gorilla Tag does what it needs to do. Now the next part is what I really like, because I'm a big fan of D&D. Here is a dice block that they never used for Gorilla Tag, confirming that basement was meant for D&D. You can also see this almost animation for the dice roll, which leads me to why I think they scrapped it. Probably would have been one of these bundles right here and came with something else. I would have really liked this, so I guess you would pick it up, roll it like a dice, and then it would land on a certain number. Now the reason they probably scrapped this is because the animation caused a lot of bugs. It could have been that it just bugged when it rolled, or it could have just went straight through the ground because it doesn't know what collisions are. I bet this was just really hard for Gorilla Tag and they just decided to scrap it. But I would have really liked this even if it didn't roll. So I'm a little sad about that. Let's get on to the next one. For this next one, I'm unsure if it's an actual leak or just a concept art. But if this was ever in the game, it would have changed my fit entirely. Story time real quick. Let's scroll back to when I was only about 100 subscribers. I got on with Sidon Gaming and my friend Crazy Cat to play the new basement update. Now when this update came out, I wasn't really interested in all the cosmetics at all, and I wasn't really doing good on money at the time. But whenever a new update comes out, I try to get at least one thing from it, like this pencil from the back to school update. So I'm like, let me just get one thing for a keepsake, right? So I called up my mama. Mama, can I get this thing in Gorilla Tag because I have good grades? And this is what she said. Yeah, I don't care. And so that's how I got my armor. But so I looked around and I picked the thing that's most appealing, which was the knight armor for me. But if this unused cosmetic, the jester hat, would have been there, I would have definitely got that instead and my fit would have looked different today. Here's the picture of it. It looks super cool and it would have changed my fit. But yeah, that was a little story time for you guys. Let's get on to the next part. Alright, for this next part, it's just going to be kind of miscellaneous from different updates. And let's start with the pencil. Now this pencil is unsharpened, as you can see. But nobody knows why. Everyone's tried so much stuff to sharpen it, and I still can't figure out how. But in the files, there is a sharpened pencil. So everybody's wondering, how do you get it? Why isn't it sharpened? And here's my theory. My theory is people would try to draw stuff with it, or just be inappropriate with it in general, or use it as like a stabber, and they just didn't want that look for Gorilla Tag. So, they decided to keep it dull. Because that's what people do to games. You little rabid monkey. Yeah, that's my theory. Let's get on to the next part. Now, this isn't really an unused cosmetic, but it was only used for one day and then taken out of the game forever. And some of you guys might know what I'm talking about. A long time ago, before I even made my channel, I was playing with my friends on April Fools. And what happened that April Fool's Day was everyone got a special mask. This mask was white and it was meant to look like something. It was very funny and I would buy it for 10,000 shiny rocks if I could. Because it's a big part of my history. And if you haven't figured it out already, it's the human mask. It was only used for one day on April Fools about a year ago and it's never been seen since. It's a big part of my history and I would do anything to get that mask back. But you know, it is what it is. Life keeps going. So that's why I classify it as an unused cosmetic. Let's get on to the final one. There's only one more cosmetic until the end of this video. Make sure to like and subscribe so I can keep making content just like this for you guys. Alright, let's get on to it. Now the last cosmetic is very confusing to me. It's bubblegum. Now you might be asking why it's confusing, but just think about it for a second. Bubblegum isn't just like any other cosmetic you can just eat or whatever. You chew it and then you spit it out. So how would you know if you're chewing the bubblegum if your mouth doesn't open? That's why I believe they scrapped it. Or it could have been, if you chewed it, you would blow a bubble and then it would pop. But I think that caused a lot of bugs in the game, so they just decided to scrap it. But it would have been a really cool cosmetic, especially for some people. And if they were trying to do like a girl high school roleplay, I don't know, don't ask me. So that leads us to the end of this video. Make sure to subscribe like I said before because I love making this content for you guys. Also, if I missed anything, make sure to let me know in the comments below. Make sure to join on September 23rd for We Are VR. Bro, why would I hit him? I don't know, I guess for dramatic effect. Oh yeah, I forgot my end card.